I'm Car Lady Lisa, and this is your 2018 Equinox Tour. Now the great thing about this video is I have the exact same car right next to it in a 2017. So we're gonna do like a little versus so you can see all the little changes that make this car so great. So it's not just a few finishes here and there, we're talking new powertrains and new technology and a new design. So a lot of little things that make this 2018 so awesome. So let's check it out. This is the 2017 Equinox. It's a LT True North model in a V6. So that's the only difference between these two cars is the engine option. So you can see this headlight has a lot going on, and thanks to the new LED daytime running lights, they can really clean it up, and instead of it being so vertical, it's more horizontal because it gives you a sleeker look to this car. Looks a lot nicer, just tidier. Less is more kind of thing, right? The fog lights even get a little redo, so a little bit smaller and more dual purpose with a turn signal in there, which is very nice. The rims are rims. They're 17-inch still with a little bit of a different look. If I didn't point it out, you probably wouldn't notice, but it's a little bit different. And the lines are huge. So see all this like bright finish beltline molding, they call it, around the windows and the bulky mirrors. And that gets cleaned up a lot, as you can see. The roof line's a little bit shorter at the back, so it gives it a nicer curve. We have integrated turn signals, and we also have the integrated buttons on the handles to get in and out of your vehicle without having the key out. You just leave it in your pocket. Love the new fuel filler door. No longer is it on the passenger side, it's on the driver's side, and it's capless. So on those, minus 40 days when it's so cold out, you can fuel up your car a little bit faster. It's a nice touch for the True North package, right? So see, the rear end of this one, I would describe it as bubbly. Very bubbly, a lot going on. Is it bad? No, just the way the design was. Now we got better horizontal lines, we got a new antenna, and nicer looking bumper, for sure. It's not as prominent, that bumper. And they moved that piece of chrome down to it kind of creates a better center of interest. And those horizontal taillights really do a great job. And remember, if you get the 2-liter turbo on this one, you will get a dual exhaust. Trunk space remains pretty much the same. You know, the car size-wise has only changed a few inches here or there, nothing major. But there are some great things about the 2018 that they kind of figured out that you might want. And the one main thing is if you're a golfer. If you like to golf, your golf clubs will fit better in this Equinox. I can guarantee you that. Because they have this little cutout on either side for like the butt end of your golf bag and on the other side, so you'll be able to fit them in there. And then we have the hidden storage too, so you can, tuck some stuff away there. Love that, very nice. Rear seat wise, not a whole lot of exciting stuff back here because this is, for passengers. The space-wise is the same, and functionality. You still get your cup holders and stuff. What they've done is not only change the seating material, but take off these plastic things on the back of the seats, and then added USB charging ports for your passengers. So there's dual ports there, and they're just for charging only, so they can be really comfy back there. They still maintain the recline function, so you can still recline about an inch or two. So if you're traveling. Not a whole lot exciting. There's some air vents. Not a lot of exciting stuff in the back because the driver's seat is where it's at. So we do have power witches in the 2018 as well. This car is pretty cool looking. Like I like the fabric. It's different. And they have done the same thing with the 2018, kept it different. You know, it's not like just black cloth. It's like a gray kind of denim looking cloth with this cool pattern in it. So they kept it fun that way and really cleaned it up so it just flows a lot better. Nothing's competing with each other. Whereas in the 17, seems like a lot is. We say goodbye to the old flippy key. No more jackknife key. And this display gets cleaned up a lot because we got some big accents around our tachometer and speedometer that kind of break it up a little bit. It gets a little more unified. Everything. Steering wheel, and especially this touchscreen. This touchscreen is a little bit hard to read because of the angle, and it's kind of got this like hood on it. And we got lots of buttons that we don't necessarily need. But it worked when this car was originally designed. We get better icons, better technology. Yeah, just a lot nicer. And the heating cooling controls serve the same function. That hasn't changed. It just looks a lot nicer in the new one. And this is pretty much the same. You know, cup holders and a gear shift. How can you really change that much? Or like your armrest. You can't really do too much with that. But just take it all in, these finishes, these lines, the seating material, because it's going to be major different in this 18. We have illuminated vanity mirrors, and we have more buttons up here, like our power tailgates there. We have a manual control for our sunroof, and like OnStar and stuff is still there, but. So this is gonna look very, very different when we get into the other one. Especially this whole thing. The odometer. And our headlights, our controls for it get moved, so it cleans up our turn signal arm, which is nice. So you can see by the key already, it's very different. Just I don't know, it's just like a little more elegant, the lines and everything. And check out this like display. It is so cool and just much more colorful, and it does so much more for you. You can show like your audio, your phone. If you have navigation, it can show the turn-by-turn prompts there too, but only if you have the in-car navigation. It'll show up there, and that is available on the Premier model. See the steering wheel? Like just little hints of chrome and like nicer buttons, soft touch, very cool. And the touchscreen and the seating material. See this like, it almost looks like honeycomb. Just makes it a little more fun. Better lines. And this touchscreen is just so awesome. You can do so many things with it, especially like if you have the navigation, it's nice and big there and it'll display on your main screen. But if you don't have navigation, don't worry, because we do have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So you can just hook it up and then have that display on your screen. And it works really well thanks to this giant screen here. You can even add apps to it through this shop little tab. You just hook it up to your house Wi-Fi, or you could use your in-car Wi-Fi to download apps. We have auto climate control, and the heated seats still just looks a lot nicer. And the main difference here, we have the parking brake. It's electronic now, so that's really the main difference. As I said, it's hard to really change an armrest storage box much. But it just flows so much better. You know, they tidied everything up right down to the wiper arms and turn signal arms. And there's your headlights now. LED interior lights, which is a nice touch. And we still get our illuminated mirrors. And check out the power sunshade. Like, that is just really cool. That's a nice feature to have. Like that sunroof is so big, it's basically a convertible. We got home link. And there's your button for your power tailgate, and you can actually adjust the height of it to 3/4 high if you're parking in a garage. Very, very nice looking vehicle, and it drives awesome too. Like, I can't tell you the improvement over the 2017 that this 2018 is. We're talking tighter handling. We're talking more giddy up and go with more horsepower and torque at lower RPMs. Makes a big difference in the total overall drive of this car. Like the technology and the finishes are one thing, but you also want a vehicle that's going to feel better and just continually be better. And this one has done it. This is better than the 2017. I highly suggest you trying it out. Hope you enjoyed this little mashup of 2018 versus 2017, so you can see the value the new one gives you. A lot of nice little changes that really bring this car up to speed. So it's going to be a good seller for us. I really like it. It's nice to drive. You have your engine options and hopefully a diesel to come at the end of this year. So stay tuned for more from me, Car Lady Lisa with Bennett GM. Thanks for watching.